What's up, everybody? Zheng here, biblical success coach. I help entrepreneurs get unstuck and achieve quantum leaps in their life. And in this section, we're going through our daily wisdom. So 10, 15 minutes of some practical wisdom advice to help your businesses, your lives, anything that you want to be able to have a breakthrough in. And I'm really committed this year to helping you be able to achieve a quantum leap in your life, in your businesses, in your lives, and the things that you really, really want. If you want a quantum leap, meaning amazing results without apparent effort, put a 1 in the chat if that sounds like something cool. I want to go through a couple of principles with you today. So, and if you got this, be sure to share this if that impacts you, and subscribe to our YouTube as well. We put this in all the replays there as well too. Okay, I want to discuss today the key to mastering anything. The key to mastering anything. It's an old adage, but I think we're all familiar with this. They say that Abraham Lincoln, one of the greatest presidents in the world, right? They say that Abraham Lincoln was asked this question. I wonder if this actually happened. I can't wait when we go to heaven. I want to ask Abe Lincoln if this actually happened. But it was said that he was asked this question: Abe, if you got 8 hours to chop down a tree, how would you do it? He would say, I spent the first 6 hours sharpening the axe, and then I would spend the next 2 hours chopping down the tree. Whether that's true or not true, if he was actually asked it, it's a really cool story, and it talks about truth. In the Bible, it even talks about that. King Solomon actually says that in Ecclesiastes as well too. But it's important because if you want to have a quantum leap in your business, in your lives, and the things that you want, one of the biggest things that are going to help you achieve a quantum leap is you must seek mastery in the things that you're doing. You must seek mastery in the things that you're doing. Bob Proctor says this, that money, there's a law of compensation. The law of compensation is with what you're doing, how good are you at it, and how irreplaceable are you at doing this thing? And the better that you can do that, the more valuable that you become. So why is it that some people can spend the same amount of time doing the same type of action, and yet they can get paid 10 times more? It's because, to be honest, they're really good at it. They're really, really good at it. So if you want to have a quantum leap, if you want better results, then we have to learn how do we master anything. And I love this because when I first got into business, I had no skill sets. And how about you? Have you ever felt like you just were not good at something? Right? So one of the skill sets that I was not good at was communicating, sales, for example. I was super shy. I literally would stutter when I would talk to anyone, especially if you were a person of the opposite gender. I would sweat when I would talk. Like, I would be super monotone. And I'm like, how can I ever do well in a business if that's who I was? And I learned from my mentor, his name is Tim Sales, who made millions and millions and millions of dollars in the business that I'm involved in. He said that what he realized, and he was the same way, he was super shy. He said the way that he got better at it is he just drilled one thing over and over and over and over and over and over again. And I think one of the biggest things that we lack today, especially because we're so pulled by so many different distractions, and we're in an instant gratification society, right? We want things now. Have you ever ordered something on Amazon and then it got delayed by a day? And you're like, my 1 day shipping is 2 days. What's up with this? Oh my gosh, right? Like, we're looking for things so quick. And the reality is, in order for us to get quantum leaps in our life, there's certain seasons in it, and especially when it comes to mastering anything. Mastery means that it's going to take time. Mastery means that it's going to take energy. It's going to take repetition. So as you look for the things that we want to master ourselves in right now, we have to realize there's a process to this. I coach people to build recession-proof online businesses, and I teach people sales skills and stuff like that. And one of the biggest things that I'm noticing is with certain teammates, there's this feeling of, man, I tried it once, I tried it 5 times, I tried it 10 times, and it's still not working, James. Man, I must suck, and I'm just horrible at this. I'm like, the reality is, yeah, you do suck. It is true. We all suck at the beginning, right? But that's okay. So we have to understand when we go through mastery of something, it's going to be worth it. But we have to understand there's a process to this. So let me just give it to you straight. You're probably worse than what you think in the skill sets that you want to be good at. You're probably not that good. If you're not getting the results that you want, you're probably not that good yet. This is reality. Even for me, right? When I'm doing this type of a conversation, I'm not as good as what I think. But it doesn't mean that we have to stay there. So when we dive into something we want to master in, I think it's good to have a healthy little bit of like, it's good to be like confident, but also not too confident. You have the right balance, right? Be confident that you're going to get better. Be confident that you're good to a certain degree. But the results are the name of the game. If you're not getting paid what you feel that you're valued at, you're just not good enough yet. Period. That's just what it is. The numbers tell the whole story. But that's okay. Use that as motivation to get better. So you know what you can do is this. With anything you want to master, this is just the game. Do it a lot. Focus in on that one skill and do it over and over and over and over again. Immerse yourself. So for sake of example, right now I'm mastering this ability to be an online communicator. And I want you to plug in your skill set, the thing that you're learning to master as well too. Maybe some of you are mastering social media. Some of you are mastering sales. Some of you are mastering communication. Some of you are mastering leadership. Whatever it is that you're aiming to master right now. You know what I do is I make sure that I do whatever this is. I got to do it all day, every day. One of the only ways to master something is you got to do it a lot. Mastery comes through skill set. Mastery comes through sharpening. Mastery comes through repetition. Repetition is the mother of all skills. So number one, do it all day, every day. Do it a lot. Do it a lot. So if you watch me, I go live right now because I'm mastering this skill set. I go live at least 3 times a day. People ask me, James, how are you so good at doing live video? Because I do it every day, 3 times a day. You do it 1,000 times, you can only suck so bad. That's my secret. Do it a lot. Number one. Number two, reflect on what you did. Don't only just do it over and over and over again. Einstein said, insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting change. But do it and then reflect on it. Do it and then reflect. So as I do a live now, for example, I reflect. Hey, are people connecting? Hey, am I saying hi? Hey, am I getting comments? Hey, is this getting better? Hey, is this impacting? Hey, are people, how do I make this better? So do it and then reflect. One of my mentors, Eric Warr, says plan, do, review. The review is important. The review is the part that you can collect yourself and get better. Aim every time that you do this thing again to make it better. Just by 1%, just by a little bit. You do it 100 times, it's 100% better, right? So aim to be better. So do it, review it, and then do it again. That's how you master anything. That's how you master anything. Do it, review it, just do it again. Do it, review it, do it again. And keep on doing this over and over and over and over and over and over again. And you're going to be bad at first. Actually, you're not going to be bad. You're going to suck. You're going to suck. And anything new, you're going to suck at it. That's okay. It's normal. What child was just automatically walking right out of the womb? Right? That doesn't, if you watch a child, it's the most interesting scenario to watch them learn how to walk, isn't it? It's cute. But they're not all like self-deprecating about themselves. You've never seen a baby get so flustered by not being able to walk saying, I just quit. Imagine they got the binky in their mouth. I've never seen a baby quit learning how to walk. They just keep on going, don't they? And I've also never seen them get really, really down on themselves. But they keep on going and going and going and going, and boom, they're walking. Why don't we be little children again? with the things that we got. We've been so programmed in this world now to think that if we suck, it's like it's suck at something. It's just like it's a reflection of who we are. We got to have a little bit of humility with the learning process here. You're not going to be that good in the beginning. You're going to suck. And then you do it enough. You do in your review. Then you're going to suck less. You're going to be bad. You don't go from suck to great. You go from suck to bad. And then guess what? You go from bad. You do in your review. You do in your review. You go from bad to not as bad. And then you go from not as bad to good. You're like, okay. Don't let good remove you from great, though. So many times, if you want a quantum leap, stop staying at good. So many times we think we're good enough. Good enough means I can do it to a certain degree, right? Don't stay good enough. Why don't you then go from good to great? And don't just be stuck at great. If we're going to do something, why don't we go from great to legendary? Why don't we go from great to master? Why don't we go from great to the best in class and whatever it is that you're going to be able to do? That jump is so key if you want a quantum leap in your life. But that takes time, that takes effort, that takes repetition. So how do you master everything? With whatever you want to do it a lot. When you do it, review it. Then you do it again. Last thing I'd say real quick is this. Here's a superstar tip. Here's a quantum leap tip. Here's a way to skyrocket your growth. Immerse yourself around people and ideas and opportunities. To have people that are really good at what you want to master at. Immerse yourself in those types of environments. Find coaches. Find masterminds. Read the books. Listen to the audios. Listen to the podcast. Immerse yourself like crazy. Become a student of all this. Because proximity is power, as Tony Robbins says. If you do and you review this skill set, whatever you're looking to master, and then you also immerse yourself in everything, you're like literally obsessed about mastering this, you're going to expedite your learning process so much more quickly. You do that, it will take not as long time as what you think. You're probably not as good as what you think, but you probably won't stay that bad for as long as what you think. If you keep up that process, you can master it fairly quickly. 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, you can become really good above many others. So what are you looking to master right now? And what can you apply these tips to? And I encourage you, apply this and you will see quantum leap results in that area in due time. All right. So I hope this encouraged you. If you do have a skill set in mind, I'd love to hear, comment below, like what is it that you're seeking to master? If there's anything I can do to help, I'd love to be able to help as well too. And if this did encourage you, share this, like this, subscribe to our YouTube. We put these daily wisdoms and also all the other ones on there. And my commitment is that if you follow this every day, that you will get a quantum leap, that I can't wait to hear your stories of success and everything that you're looking to achieve success in. All right, guys, on that, have an awesome, awesome day. Thanks for tuning in. Talk soon. Bye-bye.